Hey YouTubers, it's Nielsen CC86 here. Thought that I would reach out and do a review of my 2016 Dodge, or actually Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. When I was looking at buying this truck, I watched quite a few reviews on it. Heard some people had some issues with their trucks, different things like that. Thought I'd leave my story here on YouTube for you. So I was looking for a new truck, I was looking for a diesel half ton, and that limits quite a bit what's available out there. Kind of leaves you with either the Titan XD or the Ram EcoDiesel, and so both of those were an option for me. And I actually really considered the Nissan Titan XD with the Cummins in it, but the fuel mileage was reportedly pretty low. One of my big reasons for trying to get the EcoDiesel was I was looking for fuel mileage. I'd heard stories of the EcoDiesel having mileage upwards of 30 miles per gallon, and that was quite intriguing, to be honest with you. And so I went over to the dealership. I kind of looked to see what they have. I just bought this in November 28th, 2016. It's now May 9th, 2017. So haven't even had it for 6 months yet. I've already put 5,853 miles on it. So I'll just kind of give you some of my thoughts and different things on it. I went to the dealership. Actually went to the one in my hometown, and at the time they didn't have any EcoDiesels for sale. This was right before the emission scandal came out, but they just didn't have any. Apparently they were a hot commodity at the time. So I called around. There was a dealership probably 20 miles down the road from me, from my hometown. I cruised out there, and they had a few on the lot. There was one used one they were trying to get me to buy, but wasn't really interested in that. I wanted a new truck, a new EcoDiesel. So they actually had a pretty good special going on at the time. I don't know if it was end of year clearance or what, but they were marking these things $12,000 off the MSRP. So I went in there, kind of looked around, saw what they had, and in order to get that $12,000 off, you had to buy, I think it was like the oldest 20% of stock trucks on their lot, and that really only left 2 EcoDiesel trucks there. One of them, they both were the quad cab, which I wasn't necessarily looking for. I probably would have preferred the crew cab, but the quad cab for me does just fine. But one thing I had to have was the bench seat up front, or the folding down center. One of them had it, which was this one. The other one didn't. So I kind of took it for a drive, and immediately my first impressions were it was a really tight truck. Smooth, plenty of power. It's just a little 3-liter diesel, and it doesn't compare to the Hemi per se, but it's definitely no slouch. I mean, this thing, it gets up and goes when you need it to. There's a video out there, a guy roasting his tires on his. Mine will do that without issue, but it's plenty of power. Beyond that, though, like I said, the key thing I was looking for was the fuel economy. And so as I took this thing on the test drive, I jumped on the freeway. I actually took it to go pick up my kids. About that time, we were pretty much sold on the truck. My wife and I put them in here, and that pretty much was it. So I went back to the dealership. MSRP with all the options stuff was right around $49,000. I ended up walking out the door, I think it was $38,000 when I ended up picking it up for. So pretty good deal. That's quite a significant price off the MSRP, but I was pretty happy with it. So ended up having it now for, like I said, just shy of 6 months. I do mostly city driving, but I do take maybe a couple 100-mile round trip every now and then, and my lifetime average on the truck is 23.4 miles per gallon. Now, for a full-size truck, that's pretty good, and I'm quite impressed. After 6 months, I love this truck. I'm completely happy with the decision I made, completely happy with the truck. It's been really great. I've experienced zero mechanical issues whatsoever. It's ran great for me, started right up. It's got the Uconnect. A lot of people don't talk about that Uconnect very much, but I love that thing. You can start your truck from your phone. You can lock your truck from your phone. It gives you all your details, tells you how much gas it is. I mean, you could be 1,000 miles away and it'll tell you how much fuel's in your truck. But it also tells you where your truck's at. I let my sister-in-law borrow my truck. I didn't want it. Actually, my wife let my sister-in-law borrow the truck, but regardless, she borrowed the truck and I was a little concerned about it, so I was able to pull it up on my phone and find out exactly where my truck was. And that's pretty cool. So 6 months into it, no mechanical issues whatsoever. I mean, my tires still look like they're brand new. I mean, it's only 5,000 miles, but tires still look like they're brand new. Truck, for the most part, still looks like it's brand new. That being said, I have had a couple issues with the paint and exterior of the truck, and that's something I'm concerned about. I'm actually heading down to the dealership that I purchased it from right now to try to work out some warranty issues. I'll attach some photos here so you can see what I'm talking about, but there ended up getting a small rust spot on the front bumper. Now granted, like I said, I have only owned this truck 6 months. That being said, I did buy it November 28th, so right in the middle of winter, and we had a pretty good winter this year, lots of snow. But I wash the truck regularly. Once a week it gets washed, park it in a garage. It's always garage, so to me, having some rust was a concern. The biggest one I got is on my front bumper. It's got a chrome bumper, and just below the tow hook, there's actually a pit in the metal already. Like I said, I'll show some pictures and see what I'm talking about. But beyond that, also on the exterior of the paint, it's kind of weird. At first, I was washing my truck and I noticed these little tiny spots on the truck, and I thought maybe it was just dirt or road paint of some sort, because there's little tiny, if you looked real close, you could see these little yellow spots. Well, upon further inspection and look closer, you could actually see it was actually rust spots. There was little tiny like rust on the surface of the paint. I know that sounds weird, but once again, I'll show you some pictures. There's rust on the exterior of the truck, and this truck said less than 6 months old. I was kind of concerned, so I'm on my way down to the dealership right now to have that looked into. Now, I'm a little concerned about it because I told you there's 2 EcoDiesels on the lot. My buddy actually was looking for a truck too, and he ended up going down there and he ended up buying that other EcoDiesel that was on the lot after I bought mine. And they both are the same color. They look just the same, and so, you know, after a while, I've seen these spots in my truck. I went to his truck and I took a look at his paint, and lo and behold, his truck was doing the same thing mine is. He's got really small surface rust going on the paint. So I'm a little concerned about that. I'm on my way down to the dealership now. Once I'm done there, I'll let you know how it goes. But otherwise, I've been extremely happy with this truck. Like I said, zero mechanical issues. I filled up the DEF fluid when I first bought it. I pretty much topped it off, and like I said, I'm at 5,800 miles now, and I got just under half a tank of DEF left. So, you know, if I make it 10,000 miles, I think I'll be pretty happy. I mean, it's 2 something a gallon. It's not too bad. No concern there for me. I know a lot of people have deleted their trucks, have, you know, put different, maybe the green diesel engineering, they put those on there. I've considered that, and I may down the road, but I mean, it's only got 5,000 miles on it and it's still under warranty. I'm not gonna mess with that at all. As far as the truck goes, the only thing I've really upgraded on it is I put some tinted windows on it on the front. I just did 20% to match the rear here. I also put black side steps on it, like nurse steps. They're pretty good quality. They're just off eBay, and they work great for me. My kids had a hard time climbing in and out, and once I put those things on, it's no issue for them. The truck's by no means tall, but for, you know, some of my kids, they had some issues, so that resolved that. I also put the tailgate assist on there, the DZ. That was $25 well spent. You know, I think it should have come from the factory. I don't know how trucks don't come from the factory with those anymore, but, or I shouldn't say anymore, at this point in time. I mean, they've been out long enough, they should be included on every truck. So, Um, Otherwise, I mean, awesome. This touchscreen in here, wow, that is awesome. 8-inch touchscreen. There's no disc drive in here for me, and you know that's not a concern for me. For years now, I haven't even touched a CD, so everything's ran off my phone. You know, I use an iPhone and it works perfectly with it. I've never tried it with an Android. I'm sure the Android would be just fine as well, but as far as that goes, it works great. No issues whatsoever. The Sirius, I thought they told me I only had a 3-month subscription for it, but here I am going on 6 months and my subscription's still running just fine. So I'm guessing maybe it came with a year subscription, which I didn't think it was supposed to. Like I said, it was only supposed to have a year subscription or a 3-month, but it seems to be working fine still. So Sirius, you know, it's real easy to use the interface on this thing. I mean, it works well, you know. My kids know how to use it. Anybody knows how to use it. It's no problem. It's just a real smooth thing. It's also got some, you know, auxiliary buttons for the most part to run most of the controls, you know, whatever you may need. The backup camera, once again, something that should come on every vehicle. The park assist, that's really cool too. I park in a garage, like I said. Man, it sure makes life easy getting in and out of there, knowing when to stop or to park, getting my truck to fit in. No problem. It's awesome. It doesn't have lane departure, you know. Nowadays, once again, something I think should be standard on every truck. It's not here, but you know, when I got the truck, it was kind of what was on the lot. Like I said, I really would have probably liked to step up. This is the Bighorn edition, so I mean, it's got quite a few upgrades and details to it. It's a nice truck, but I look at some of these other Laramies and such, and you know, they are really nice trucks as well. So if I could go back and I had my choice, I probably would have gotten the crew cab with the Laramie with the EcoDiesel, but you know, $12,000 off, I couldn't complain. I had to take what they had. It's too good of a deal not to take. But as far as the fit and finish in here goes, I mean, I've got a pretty new Volkswagen as well. My wife drives a Jetta. On the freeway, this truck it's about half as loud as her car is. So I mean, here I am driving right now. We're doing almost 80 miles an hour. Current fuel economy is 30 miles to the gallon. I don't know what more to ask for. I mean, this truck is amazing. But back to the lines of the noise, I mean, it's just absolutely quiet. Most people who ride in it, you know, it is a diesel. If I didn't tell them, they wouldn't know. I mean, thered be no way. This is as quiet as can be, smooth as can be. I mean, it's like riding a car. These trucks have that as a coil spring rear suspension, and I'll tell you what, I haven't towed much with it, just a small trailer. But man, does it make for a nice ride. I mean, you know, I considered a 3/4 or 1-ton truck with the Cummins, but I just don't tow enough. I mean, this thing tows just fine. It never had any issues. Like I said, just a small trailer with it, but anytime I've towed, the power's there, the suspension's just fine, it doesn't squat, and as much as I drive this thing just as a daily driver unloaded, I wouldn't trade it. This thing is just absolutely comfortable. You know, it's more comfortable than most cars. So it's a pretty good truck. Like I said, overall, I am extremely happy with my purchase. Money well spent. So that being said, you know, someday if I really need to, if I upgrade big fifth wheel or something, I'll probably consider a 3/4 ton or 1 ton. But right now, the trade-offs, there's just no way. So that's one of the things I want to talk about as far as the Nissan Titan goes. You know, it is a 1/2 ton, but that thing rides like a 3/4 ton. And you know, depending on what you're after, that may be perfect for you. But for me, you know, just driving this truck around for the most part, you know, going to the Home Depot or Lowe's or, you know, whatever, picking up lumber or whatever, work on my house, this truck is perfect. Does what I needed to do. The mileage is incredible, comfortable, plenty of power. And so far, like I said, I haven't experienced any mechanical issues. Granted, I'm only just shy of 6,000 miles, so we'll see as time goes on. But, the truck comes with a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty because it's a diesel. You know, once that warranty expires, I'll probably look maybe into the maybe getting a new computer flashed over or something. I bought a leveling kit for it. I haven't put it on yet. That'll come here shortly. Maybe some wheels and tires to dress it up, but otherwise I'm just real happy with this truck, even bone stock. You know, it's a great truck. No strange rattles developing yet, anything like that. You know, going on 6 months, 6,000 miles. That's not too bad. Everything's still real tight in here. It's got lots of soft touch everywhere. It's just the steering wheel controls. They're pretty awesome. They work well. So it's got push button 4-wheel drive. I've engaged it a couple times. Like I said, I bought it in the winter, so we had to use the 4-wheel drive a few times, and it seemed to work great. I never had any issues. It activated just as it should. You know, I was able to disengage it. It's got a full-time option. Pretty much put that thing in as soon as it started snowing. Left it in an auto 4-wheel drive pretty much through most of the winter. No weird shakes, vibrations, anything like that. I could do 75 miles an hour on the freeway, no problem. Going in 2-wheel drive now that summer's come around, but you know, I could probably leave it in auto, no problem. But try to keep that fuel mileage up. I would rather just keep it in 2-wheel drive. So let's see, anything else I can think of? You know, there's plenty of power options in here. It's got plenty of cigarette lighter. It's got the power outlet here on the dash. It's got plenty of USBs in the center. The stereo sounds excellent. I don't have the upgraded stereo package. My buddy did get that the truck that he bought, and his sounds really good. But honestly, I mean, this still has 6 speakers in it. It sounds awesome. Couldn't ask for much more. So, power sliding rear window. My kids love that. I open that thing up for them, and you know, get a little fresh air in here or whatever. They get real excited for that as well. So. Lots of cool options. My kids love the truck. I love the truck. My wife loves the truck. You know, anybody I give rides in, you know, I got to take somebody somewhere. They all say the same thing. It's just a real nice truck. Overall, I don't regret my purchase. After driving some of the Fords and stuff, the Chevrolets, they're nice trucks. They just don't compare overall. What you get as far as fuel economy, everything else, the power, it doesn't compare. It's a big difference for me. So, I mean, someday I hear the Ford's supposed to be coming out with the diesel, maybe late 2018. I hear. When that comes out, maybe I'll take it for a drive, see how it looks, see how it feels. But I'll tell you what, this truck here has a high benchmark. It's got to be able to do a lot for me to consider switching over and jumping over. But it's always an option, and I'll look into it when it comes until I see it. But I have no problem keeping this truck for 10, 15, 20 years, you know, as long as it does what it does right now, no problem. And that kind of leads us to that, I don't know, Volkswagen had the Dieselgate. This one, not a lot has been said since the initial announcement that, you know, the EPA found the trucks were possibly cheating on their emissions. Fiat Chrysler, you know, they deny it. They say that they were in compliance. Haven't really heard anything. That being said, I'm not too concerned. You know, I don't think there will be a buyback or anything like that. It came from the whole Volkswagen thing. It sounds like this is on kind of a different level than what the Volkswagen deal was. So, that being said, not too big of a concern. I'm not worried about it, even if they offered to buy the truck back. I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd probably just keep the truck. I couldn't replace it. If they were to buy the truck back, I couldn't get everything I get out of this truck in another truck. And that's hard to say. I mean, you know, it's the truth. You tell me a truck out there that gets the kind of economy this does, has decent power, rides is comfortable, build quality is great. You know, that would be the biggest thing. So at this point, the only concern I have is that rust outside. Like I said, I'm on my way to the dealership now. We'll see what they have to say. Once I talk with them, you know, I'll give you an update. I'll make another video on here, discuss what they told me, what they're going to do for me, how they're going to take care of the issues, and we can go from there. So, like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. You know, pretty responsive with that stuff. I can get back with you. So, I'll let you know. YouTubers, have a good day.